right, guys, it's time for your weekly regurgitation of Poke Beach. There isn't much this week, just a typical week, but we have a couple things. One news in particular that's pretty big that I like to talk about its implications on the hobby. And yeah, let's jump on in. So first up, we covered a GameStop box as well as a Best Buy box in the recent news, but now we're getting another box, which is going to be Walmart and then also Target. So the Walmart box is going to be a Darkrai V-Star, very cool looking card, and we also get a Shaman V-Star as a premium collection and exclusively at Walmart stores. I think that is a little typo there, but that's going to be on November 1st and no pricing or anything yet. We're seeing a lot of products roll out for the holidays that are special to the store specifically. Like I said, we had the GameStop and Best Buy boxes. This is going to be the Walmart box. And another piece of news is the Target box, which is going to be Dragon's Premium Collection. Now, look at this. Looks like we got a Rayquaza in there, a couple VMAX cards. It's okay. But I think the Darkrai and Shaman box will be a little better. You get a etched foil card, including Darkrai V-Star, a foil card, Darkrai V, oversized foil card, featuring Darkrai V-Star, 8 TCG packs, 1 V-Star marker, and a code for online. Yeah, it's hard to say. I myself, I like Darkrai a lot more. The V-Star doesn't look, too cool to me. I like the V, which is the case most of the time. I tend to like the V arts on a lot of cards more than the V-Max or V-Star. But yeah, I'm not really feeling it for the Dragons. I think Darkrai and Walmart has the better box, but yeah, that's that. Speaking of boxes, there is confirmation that we will get a preview box for Scarlet and Violet releasing in January. Now, this has happened in sets in the past, but this is going to be, kind of the first one since the hype. These products usually aren't too crazy. It's just to, basically promote the new Pokemon and have like the first ever TCG cards be released in like a product instead of like a, typical booster pack or a set. So it will come with foil promo cards, a jumbo card, pin, 4 booster packs, and a code card. This is the Galar versions, so it's going to be kind of similar to this. It's just going to be a simple starter showcase with a jumbo card and a couple booster packs, just to showcase the cards and all the starters and the new gens. It's not going to be a super hot product, I don't believe, but it's going to feature the new starters. So this is probably going to be the first time you can get the starters. You can pretty much get these products ahead of time from the normal set. So if these release in January, we might get the first Scarlet Violet set and like coming in on February or something like that. And so, yeah, you'll pretty much have the cards a whole month ahead of time. So if you can't wait and you just want to have the first cards ever of the new gen, go ahead. But, there's usually not much significance aside from that. But, it's going to be cool to see. And here we have the EX cards that were shown off at Worlds. We got a little more information, I think, but no HP and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome just to see the new Pokemon roll out and the new set coming out shortly after that. And we're finishing up spoilers on Paradigm Trigger. I would imagine within the next month, that's all going to be out. And the next spoiler season for the next set, which is coming out in February, is probably going to be the new gen. So it's going to be really cool to see as things start trickling out. Really anxious to see, what direction they go. Are they going to keep V-Star? Are they going to introduce the crystallized mechanic in the card somehow? Time will tell. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think those crystal cards are going to be as cool. They did reveal that they're going back to the EX, so maybe that's just going to be it. And that's honestly fine with me. So, yeah, that's pretty much the news for these special boxes. But I think the biggest information that I will pass to you today is going to be the Pokemon TCG officially launching in China. And yeah, this is going to be massive. They did have it in traditional, I believe. I think it actually says somewhere in this article. Let me see here. Yeah, traditional Chinese version of the TCG for Hong Kong and Taiwan. This was in October 2019, so it really hasn't been all that long ago, just, 3 short years. And honestly, I mean, it's going to be good and all. A lot of people think, you know, the Chinese market is already kind of tapped because there are a lot of collectors in China, but this is just going to be a printing of the cards in China. So just reintroducing another language to the game. It's going to be really awesome for the local community there. Maybe not so much, hype really with, international, but maybe there's going to be some unique promos. I mean, they might celebrate the launch there with a promo. There are so many awesome holidays and calendar days and, special events on the Chinese calendar and the Chinese years that a lot of other places don't really celebrate. It'd be cool to see, some promos that are integrated with their culture like we see so much in Japan. And yeah, it is just going to be awesome all around for the hobby. More eyes in the hobby, more people collecting a whole other language. And it's just going to be great all around. So I imagine that they're going to be getting some catch-up sets because they kind of talk about like a special box here being released in China, and it has some artwork and some Pokemon and I think some cards from like the Ultra Shiny GX or Shiny Star V, some stuff like that. It's almost like a Shining Fates or Hidden Fates. It's almost like a catch-up set where they're saying, hey, you guys didn't get these cards. This is like a set of it. It almost reminds me of like a best of XY set that came out in Japan. This is almost like best of, modern Pokemon because, we left you guys out for so long. So yeah, first two sets released in Hong Kong and Taiwan were a combination of cards between SM1 and SM4. That is GX Ultra Shiny. So you can see they were already kind of doing it. I imagine it'll be, kind of catch up. And it's going to be matched with Japan's release, starting with Incandescent Arcana. And yeah, should be very cool to see. So as I said here, it's going to feature 2 Sun and Moon compilation sets, as mentioned above. It also includes a GX starter deck. So like I said, it's almost like catch-up sets and almost like the best of the GX era. But yeah, it's just really interesting to me how they're on like the same release schedule as Japan. And, I guess, being the regional thing, they can kind of keep up with it. But why is the English side of things still this far behind? Granted, it's gotten better over the years, but it'd be so cool if there was just an international release. I get it. It kind of doesn't make sense because, especially over here in the Western world, you get people who buy the Japanese set, then you get people who buy the English set. So you're kind of capitalizing on the Western world and our unnecessary need to spend money on, random stuff. So maybe that's how it's supposed to be. They're just milking us for everything that we got. And, we're not stopping anytime soon. We'll just hand them our wallets in the future. And, really unfortunate that it is that way, but I can understand from a business standpoint. From a collecting standpoint, though, I wish it was different. But the last little bit of news, we have Takumi Wada's last illustration for the online illustration exhibition. I can't talk today. So yeah, this is an artist who was heavily involved in Nintendo. I think he did a lot of work for Breath of the Wild, if not the majority of it. And he is showing off his TCG illustration skills by releasing these 3 artworks. They're not actually cards though. They're just simply to show off the artistic ability on a card and be a promotion for the illustration expedition. So yeah, it's cool. I love the Zacian. I wish they had like a Zamazenta artwork, but we went with Gardevoir, and it kind of takes up half of the card. And I wasn't too excited for this one as I was with this other one. But yeah, this Dragonite is a little cooler. Flying through the sky, got a little rainbow there. He's way up high. You can you can see the curvature of the earth. But yeah, I think the first one is what wins for me. But I think that's pretty much all we got for news, guys. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on the Tues News. See you then. Peace.